myself. What a wonderful world.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it's been such a long time. I've been using new things that I really like that I do want to show you. What else has changed? My hair has changed. I'm blonde now, but that's new. So I'm gonna get straight into the video and we're gonna see what I do now. As I mentioned in the last video, my skin does get super dry. It hasn't changed, so I do like to make sure that I'm using the right products. After I wash my face, I do go in with this Mario Badescu facial spray, and it does make me feel super refreshed. Spray that all over my face. I got that on my tongue. And then I kind of just like pat it in to make sure it gets in everywhere. Moisturizer that I continue to use, it's like my holy grail product, Pond's Dry Skin Cream. Put on like little dots all over my face. I put it on my neck. Always make sure you moisturize your neck. And then I go up. So like when I'm doing it on my cheeks, I always like to make sure I bring it up, just because you don't want to really drag it to the side and you don't want to drag it down either, because it pulls down on your skin. So you want to make sure you pull it up. So that's my step one. Obviously we don't want chapped lips, so what I do use on my lips that I really like is the Aquaphor Advanced Therapy Healing Ointment. Normally I put this on my lips, and the great thing about this, I don't know if you've noticed or if you guys know this already, but if you put on like Vaseline when you're going outside and you wanted to keep your lips hydrated, especially like in the winter season now, like you don't want your lips to be dry and you don't want them to be all crusty. So putting on Vaseline actually doesn't really help at all, because if the wind hits it, the moisture gets super absorbed, but it also makes your skin really dry, like your skin on your lips really dry. So you don't want that. So this one right here definitely doesn't like dry out your lips or anything and keeps them super duper hydrated. The first thing that I do, which most people may not agree with, I don't use primer. I've used primer in the past. I don't really feel like it does anything. Don't see a difference, so I don't use it. So this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, and I'm in the shade Warm Beige. Just tap it all over just like I did with the moisturizer. And then I use the bigger part over here to go in the inner corners of my eye. I used to use a foundation brush in the past, but I didn't really like the streaks that it left. Like it left streaks, and then I would have to go in with my beauty blender again just to kind of like even out those creases, make sure they went away. It wasn't working out for your girl. People say put it on your ears. I feel weird putting it on my ears, so I don't do that. And then you can see it kind of leaves that like really glowy effect. I like how the dewy look looks. I'm gonna continue on. I was using this concealer in the past. This is the Maybelline, I think this is the Fit Me concealer. I was using it in Sand Beige. And a lot of people use light concealers under their eyes. But what I realized is that if you have like dark under eye circles, you kind of want to cover it with something that's almost your same skin color. You don't want to use something lighter, because if you use something lighter, it's going to kind of make it stand out more that you do have like dark under eye circles. My aunt actually put me onto this, and it has been my favorite ever since. So I do use this now, and this is the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. So I go in with that. It looks like a little pencil, and this is how it looks. I kind of let that set for a little bit, and then I go in to do my eyebrows. So I use the same one I think that I had before. This is in medium brown. So I go in with my brush. I just brush up my eyebrows. I'm gonna go through this really quickly, and if you guys want something that's a little bit more in depth, you guys can definitely let me know. So before I do my eyebrows, like before I fill them in, trim and pluck them first. Like I've gone to get my eyebrows done at salons before, and I don't know if you guys experienced this too, but I don't like how salons do them. Like I've gone to a couple of different salons to get my eyebrows done, and I don't know, like at least in my experience, like I just tell them to clean it up, because my eyebrows are like pretty thick. Like even without me filling them in, they're pretty thick already. But then whenever I leave the salon, I always feel like my eyebrows are just like naked. For me, it just looks like that, and it just looks super weird. It makes my face look weird. It just throws everything off. I did learn how to do my eyebrows at home, I use a tweezer, I use eyebrow trimmers, and I just do it that way. I think what helps best, what helped me out at first at least, was like filling in my eyebrows like this. I just like pluck out any hairs that are above it or below it like that. And then it helps me so I'm not taking out too many and it still looks like good on my face. So I think that's really helpful. So do it in a big mirror too, like when you're doing your eyebrows, do it in a big mirror if you have one. Don't do it like in a small mirror like this and like look at your face all up close, because if you do, you're gonna notice every little thing and you're gonna pluck it out and then you're gonna see that you're left with like no eyebrows. So I do that. Then I see that this is starting to set already, so I go in with my Sephora brush. So I kind of just like tap this in, so I drag it down a little bit. Although your under eyes are like up here, you do want to make sure you grab the area down here too, because like you can cover up the dark spots that are there, but then if you still have that line underneath that's like dark, like it's just gonna look like nothing was covered up. So, oh, I forgot something. I'm back. So I do go in with Anastasia contour powder kit, and this is the light to medium one, and this is how it looks on the inside. So to contour my nose, this is another Sephora brush. This is the Pro Contour Highlight Brush. So this one makes it like super thin and super easy to kind of get in like the sides of your nose. So I go in with this shade here. So I do tilt my head to the side like that. So then I grab some more, tap off the excess, and I do the other side. So it is like a little crazy right now, but just wait. Then I go in with the Beauty Blender. I go in with the smaller side and I tap it in. I go over the contoured part and I also go over the concealer part as well. You want to make sure that your Beauty Blender isn't too wet either, because if it is super wet, it is gonna drag off the product that you put under your eyes, or even like when you're putting on foundation, it can just take off the product and it just looks like you just wasted a whole bunch of product. And just make sure it blends in together. The reason why I do go over both parts at the same time is so that they kind of mix together and it doesn't look like a harsh like line dividing the two. So that's why I do that. But I am gonna go back in and I am gonna do the contour again. Oh, I actually missed a step, but it's okay. Everything's gonna get done regardless. I do grab the concealer. I'm gonna do it over here, just to kind of like make it more defined. This is the Sephora Pro Shader brush. And I don't really like to go in with the Beauty Blender. I kind of just do it with my finger like I did on the other side. Looks really good. It snatches your eyebrows. They look great. I do go back into the contour kit and I go back with the same exact shade to do it on my nose again. You just go back in and fix it up and just add a little bit more. I don't like the line too harsh on my nose, so just blend it out. I use a bigger brush. This is a BH Cosmetics brush. But yeah. And then sometimes since you're adding like a lot of powder, if your skin does get a little bit drier, it looks cakey, you can just tap it. When you tap it, it literally fixes everything. It does end up looking. Tap it in, you can tap it in with your finger, you can tap it in with the Beauty Blender. Okay, next I'm gonna contour the rest of my face. I'm gonna grab the same exact shade that I did before for my nose. Like, okay, so when I'm contouring, I kind of just go off of like where I think I should go. Everyone's like, oh, just, like I have really big cheeks, so it does make it a little bit difficult, but I just like, at this point, I kind of just wing it, so. Another thing you're probably asking, like, why didn't she bake? I don't bake my face. Yeah, I don't bake my face. Just because if I use any powders, it's weird. Like, this is a powder, but if I use like a powder under my eye or under like, or like on the tip of my nose, or like can start seeing like dry spots under my eyes, dry spots over here. Like my skin gets very dry very easily. But then I grab this bigger brush. So this is another BH Cosmetics brush. This is number 2. So then I go in with this and then I kind of just buff this whole thing out. just because I don't want it to look too crazy. I don't want it to be like harsh lines. I do go in with this little brush again to go over like the top of my nose here, just to kind of give it that like little roundness there. Kind of just go over a little, it's like a little circle type thing. I do that. Go in with my eyelash curler. Don't know how to curl my lashes. I try to do it. Sometimes they come out nice, sometimes they don't come out nice. Like, they just pick and choose what days they want to work and what days they don't want to work, you know? I don't think you guys can tell, but like my eyebrows are naturally just like, they're not like, so it's okay. I just been with these chicks and we're gonna stick with them. We're gonna ride till the end, unless I find someone that knows how to do them really well. So the next thing I go in with, which I've been using these for like ever. So I do use the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express mascara. And I don't know if this happens to you guys, leave a comment down below if it does, but this is waterproof. But when I yawn, like tears come out. I don't know if that happens to you guys. And this thing smudges. I've tried so many different waterproof mascaras and they all start coming off. You start seeing like the little streaks everywhere and I'm like, but the box is waterproof, so I don't know. I was thinking like, oh, now when I cry, like I can just wipe my eyes and nothing will happen. But no, it all smudged. Tired of these lies. And then you don't want to forget about sis at the bottom. You're gonna go back into the bottom. Because they're probably like, yo, sis, you look the same. It made a difference, okay? I can see the difference, so it made a change. Next step I do is I grab my Becca palette, because apparently it doesn't have a name. And I got this like 3 years ago, 2017. And this expires in 24 months. It's been after 24 months, so she's still going strong, so it's okay. So this is the thing. Okay, this one clearly already finished because actually no, I didn't even use that one. I opened my palette one day and she just fell out. So she was a waste, but I wasn't using her anyway, so it's okay. I do go in with the one in the middle and I grab. So I go in with this. Sometimes I mix the two just because why not? It up here. I know y'all see that. I know you guys see that. I know you see it because I see it. You can either go for like a really, really soft look or you can go for like bam. But I go for the bam. And then I go in with this small one. The same one that I use to like put concealer underneath my brows. I use that again on the tip of my nose. Gonna make like a little exclamation point. And then sometimes if I'm feeling like extra fancy, oh, that is my finished makeup look. I did want to try out this Morphe continuous setting spray because I see it like in everyone's YouTube channel and I was like, what's the hype? To Ulta I went and I bought it and it's okay. Like, it's cool. It feels nice. Obviously, like the setting mist and stuff. I feel like it makes my face super like oily. It's like, ooh, like, yeah. I think it's also because I do it really close to my face. So I should do it like, it says 8 to 10 inches away, I think. I don't do that, but I probably should. Just make sure everything airs out. That's the finished makeup look. Let's take these out. So you can do a little low pony and just be like, I'm just here for work. Pick up the kids from soccer, like. Or you could be like, where are we going out tonight too? But this is how it looks. Almost forgot to film an outro, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Bye!